Hi everyone, welcome back to MATCHEPHY. So today we'll move on to a new topic. Okay, so before that we will see some common sayings. Okay, right. I'll just read it loud. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Right. This trying, that means trial, is very important. Once we try, obviously we make errors. So once we make error, we will again try. So this is a cyclic process. So this trial and error method, for each and every trial, we try to improvise, or we try to improve, or we try to study something from our mistakes. So for every trial, our errors will become lesser and lesser. And at last, we'll go for a greater success or complete success. Okay, fine. Yes, and one more thing. Yeah, I will read it loud again. It doesn't matter what others are doing, it matters only what you are doing. Okay, so that means just try what we can and don't look at others. Fine. Yes. So why I am giving this introduction is that we are moving on to our topic today, and it's called, yes, competitive exams, right? Competitive exams. So what do you mean by competitive exams? Competitive exams are mainly conducted for getting a government job. Government job. Okay. So what is this government job? Government jobs and private jobs, as we all know, government jobs are more secure. Okay. So that's why competitive exams or passing or what winning in a competitive exams is given much more concentration in India. Okay, and see, we can see here UPSC is considered to be the most difficult competitive exam. Okay, that means Union Public Service Commission. Union Public Service Commission. And which are the exams? Yeah, obviously UPSC, the first exam what we go through is what IAS, Civil Service Exam, Civil Services. And what we know is that IAS, IPS, IFS. What is this? IAS. IAS is Indian Administrative Service, IPS is Indian Police Service, and IFS is what? Indian Foreign Service. These are the three posts only we know. But mind that we have 28, nearly 28 or 27, okay, 28 posts which are civil services posts acquired by winning the UPSC Civil Service Exam. Okay, these are the most prominent also, or the most important jobs that we considered here in India. Okay, next is what? Next is the Staff Selection Commission. Staff Selection Commission. These are also central government jobs. Okay, and mostly there are also many posts to be filled, or which we go through when the Staff Selection Commission calls for a post. Okay, and next is what? PSC. PSC is what? Public Service Commission. Public Service Commission, and mostly these are run by individual states in India. Okay, that Karnataka PSC, Kerala PSC, like that. Many states are running these kinds of exams. So obviously, this will go what? PSC will go for what? State government jobs, not central government jobs. Those state government jobs it will go through, and the most attractive is what? Bank exams. Right, bank exams are conducted by what? IBPS. Okay, IBPS conducts the bank exams, and in this IBPS exam, yearly 2 exams will be conducted. Right, one for clerical and other for officer post. One for clerical and one for officer post. Fine. And in IBPS exam, 19 nationalized banks, okay, take part, and IBPS doesn't include SBI. State Bank of India is conducting a different exam that is considered as separate. Fine. Okay, so IBPS bank exams. And these are the competitive exams we have for acquiring government jobs. Okay. And what about this CAT, MAT, ICW? CAT is what? Central Aptitude Test. Okay, Competitive Aptitude Test. In this, what happens? CAT is the competitive exams which helps us to acquire admission for MPA, MBA, that is Master in Business Application, in famous colleges, right, in India. So CAT is considered to be the most toughest admission test that is normally held here. And MAT is what? MAT is again the same thing, MBA, but it is a management aptitude test. Management, that is admission in management colleges for MBA. MAT is held. Okay, and ICW is what? It is a Institute of Cost and Cost Accountants. It is the new name is what? ICAI is a new name for this Institute of Cost and Accountants of India. And here also, what happens? In the first year for ICAI, there is one paper dealing with, why I am saying all these things? All these include this aptitude, see here, aptitude and reasoning questions, right? These are very important in all these competitive exams because in most of them, aptitude and reasoning play a very vital role or play a very big role in case of marks and other things. Okay, so for example, in bank exams, okay, aptitude and reasoning are two of the major portions covered. Okay, and also in SSC, PSC, UPSC exams also aptitude and reasoning take place. And normally, all the contestants ask why aptitude is asked as a competitive exam in competitive exams, but after getting job, nothing is asked in case of aptitude and reasoning. We are not even trying to study this aptitude and reasoning, or we are not even trying to apply this aptitude and reasoning questions in our job, normal job or day-to-day government jobs or private jobs. Then why UPSC or the central government or the government of India is insisting on aptitude and reasoning? There's a normal question asked by students. See, aptitude and reasoning, once we crack these types of questions in aptitude and reasoning, it will be very useful for us in handling very tough jobs like IAS and IPS. That's the most toughest job as we get up to the IAS and IPS. Because in IAS and IPS, mostly we have to face situations in which we need to take a right decision within a right or a minimum time. That's the thing. This is what the principle goes in competitive exams also, because all the competitive exams are having aptitude and reasoning questions, and all are time bound. Time management is very important in all the competitive exams, especially in these two aptitude and reasoning questions or aptitude and reasoning portions. So this is what is needed in all our jobs for making us much better and better, or the employees must be the best in all these things in aptitude and reasoning so that they can handle situations in a minimum time. That's what needed, right? Yes, that's why the government is, or all the competitive exams are going after aptitude and reasoning. Okay, fine. So just keep that in mind. Fine. So shall we move on? Right? Yes. So we will start with what? Aptitude. So we are going for aptitude first, and in aptitude, the first topic would be what? Time and distance. Okay. So actually, time and distance is a normal heading, or the normal heading we come across in all the textbooks, but it should be right: time, distance, and speed. Okay, this should have been the heading, because in time and distance these all the three are connected, or only if we have these three we can solve all the problems in time and distance. Okay, time, speed, distance and speed. That's the topic we are going to cover. Fine, you got that, right? Yes. So in this, we are going through what these rings. What first we will go to the relation between time, distance, and speed. Next, units of TDS means time, distance, and speed. Okay, this is a short form of TDS. Okay, TDS is what? Short form of time, distance, and speed. We'll go through the units. Then obviously you go on some problems, just one or two problems. And the most important, unit tallying method is a method used in all our questions. That we will come through when we go through the questions. That will be more easier for you, right? So we are moving on to, we are starting the aptitude part in MATCHEPHY, and the first portion is what? Time and distance. And always keep in mind, all the competitive exams, time management is very important. Time is very important. So time management is very, very important. Okay. So shall we move on? Yes. Yeah. Yes. First, we will go to the units. Units of what? Time, distance, and speed. These are things we are going to. Okay. As we all know, time what? What is the unit of basic unit of time is seconds. Next is minutes. Next is hours. These are all connected with what? 60, 60, right? 60 seconds make 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 hour, right? And again, what? 24 hours make a day, right? And year comes, leap year and non-leap year, that will go through the questions. Fine. Okay. Now next is what? Distance. What is the basic unit of distance? Distance we know. Normally distance is calculated in meter and kilometer. We have all other what? Centimeter, millimeter also we have the distance. But those are what? Those are actually length, right? The unit of length we take. Here what? Here it is called the distance. Okay. So this distance they are going to, right? So this distance we are going to see. Unit of distance. Okay. So length, the distance of length is what? Centimeter and millimeter. But here we are going through distance, not the length. So the distance we are going to. So these are what? Meter and kilometer are the normal units we face in questions in time, distance, and speed. And the last one, what? Speed. The distance of speed is what? Meter per second, kilometer per hour. See what? Whether this meter per second means what? Meter by or divided by second. Kilometer per hour means kilometer divided by hour. Okay. That means this meter, what is this meter? Meter means it is a distance. And this is what seconds means, it is a time. Again, kilometers what? It is also distance, hour means the time. So, from that we can easily say what? Speed is equal to distance by time. Always keep in mind, speed is equal to distance by time. This is what? That's how we got the unit here. And for the easiness of studying, we will go for what? We will go for alphabetic order. What is that? D is equal to S into T. So D, S, and T. These three are in alphabetic order, right? So distance is equal to what? Speed into time. Always keep that in mind. And as I have told already earlier in our videos, we are told, right? Whenever there is a formula coming, always try to study just one formula connecting all the three units. Okay. From this we can derive what? Speed is equal to what? Distance divided by time, right? And time is equal to what? Distance divided by speed, right? So these two formulas, what we have derived now, these two need not be by heart. Okay, we don't need to always remember all these things. Only by heart this one. Distance is equal to speed itself. So it is the most easy. Why? Because it is in alphabetical order. D is equal to S into T. Okay, fine. And these are the units of this, units of all distance, speed, and time. And now we move on to some questions so that we will go through what is unit tallying method. I will try to explain this unit tallying method from the question. Okay, you got that? Fine. Yes. So shall we move on? Yes. the first question. Convert 30 meter per second to kilometer per hour. So what is given here? First we need to find out what unit is given, or what is specified in the question that we should find out. Meter per second and kilometer per hour. Both are the units of what? Yes, both are the units of speed, right? So speed is given. So only speed is given. Speed is the only thing given here. So we need to convert the speed, okay, from meter per second to kilometer per hour. This is what we need to do, right? Kilometer per hour. So for that, we need to by heart one conversion rate. What is that? 1 meter per second is equal to 5 by 18 kilometer per hour. Or again, I will come back again. Sorry for that. We'll go for the reverse. Okay. Yes. 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. You got that? Right? This is the conversion we need to study. So what is that? 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So what happens here? Here we need to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour. Right? So what unit is to be found out, that should be kept as a right hand side. I am writing it as a RHS. Okay, right hand side. So here what? This is a LHS, right? We have studied, right? This is the equation symbol, right? So this will be the left hand side of the equation. This will be the right hand side of the equation. Okay. So 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 80 meter per second. If we are reversing this, okay, if we are reversing this, we can write 1 meter per second is equal to 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Is that fine? Right? Yes. We are just reversing the equation. That means we have changed the LHS of this equation to meter per second and RHS to kilometer per hour. Why we have did that? Because we need to find out kilometer per hour as the answer. So whatever unit we need to find out as the answer, that should be kept in the RHS. This is the first thing we need to remember, right? Okay. So 1 meter per second is given as 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. Now, what is the question? We need to find the equivalent of 30 meter per second. So I am just going to substitute here. So 30 meter per second is equal to dash kilometer per hour. That we need to find out. Okay. So we will just check. This left hand side, earlier it was 1. Now it has become 30. That means this 1 is multiplied by 30 in the left hand side. So we know the basics of maths. What is that? For any equation to be balanced always, whichever number we are multiplying in one side need to be multiplied in the other side also. So this also should be multiplied by 30. Right? So for finding out this space here, what we need to do, we need to multiply 18 by 5 is already in the RHS on the right hand side into what? This 30 we need to multiply. That will give you the answer in kilometer per hour. Right? You got that? So this 5 and 30 we are getting cancelled. So 18 into 6. What is 18 into 6? 108 kilometer per hour. Is that fine? So our final answer, always we need to take the final answer is what? 30 meter per second is equal to 108 kilometer per hour. You got that? This is a final answer. Is it fine? Yes. So this question we have dealt only with speed and both the units we have used. So this conversion we need to find out. We need to by heart. Not the reverse. Reverse is not needed. That's what I told you. One formula. You just try, just one formula you try. Not the derivations of this formula. Okay. So 1 kilometer per hour is 580 meter per Always keep that in mind so that for every question we can reverse what we can. You got that? What I meant, right? Yes. Now can we move on to the next question? Fine. Yes. Yeah. I'll just read out the question again. A car is running at a speed of 108 km per hour. What distance will it cover in 15 seconds? Right? So I'll write it here. The given quantities we can write, just write it down. What is that? Speed is given. Speed is given as 108 km per hour. Yeah. And distance, we need to find out what distance. See, what distance will it cover in a time of 15 seconds, right? The time is given as 15 seconds. You got that, right? Here is what the unit tallying method will come into play. Unit tallying method, as we have talked about in the beginning of this video. Unit tallying method. What is that? See, speed is given in kilometer per hour and time is given in what? Seconds. So we need the answer of distance. Distance is what are the units of distance we have learned? That is meter and kilometer. Is that fine? So, and the formula for D is what? D is equal to S into T. That is distance is equal to speed into time. Right? So, if you are multiplying speed and time, or if you are multiplying the units of speed and time, it should be what? Either it should be kilometer per hour into hours, so that we get the distance in kilometer. Or just see, or if the distance we are multiplying the speed in meter per second and seconds, again what happens, seconds and second get cancelled and we get the distance in meters, right? So this is the distance is should be in kilometers, the distance is in meters. Both ways we will try. You got that, right? Yes. Yeah. So here what? First thing, speed is in what? Kilometer per hour and time is in seconds. So for easiness, we always keep what? We will convert this kilometer to meter per second. What is that? 1 kilometer per hour, like the previous question, is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. That you already know, right? So what is the given here? 108 kilometer per hour is equal to how much? 5 by 18 into 108. Where this into 108 came from? Here what happens? Like the previous question, what? 108 is multiplied here. So here also 108 should be multiplied for tallying the equation, right? So the answer will be what? In meter per second, right? 18 and 108 get cancelled using 6. It will be 30 meter per second. This was the last question, right? Yeah, you remember that, right? So this 108 kilometer per hour is converted to 30 meter per second, right? Now the time is given in, already it is given in seconds. So what about the distance? Distance would be what? Speed into time. What is the speed? Speed here is 30 meter per second. I am writing the unit also. Okay. Into time. Time is what? 15 seconds. So if I am cancelling these, right? What is left here? Meters. And what is the answer? 450 meters. Is it fine? Right? Yes. So this is one method. Okay, this is one method. And suppose if I am trying the second method, what is that? If I need the distance in kilometers, we have already told, right? If I need the distance in kilometers, what we need to do? That we will see here. See, I am trying to go through the second method here. Second method. What is that? Distance is to be found out in kilometers. So speed should be in what? Speed should be in kilometer per hour and time should be in what? Hours. See, then only this hour and this hour will get cancelled. We will get the answer in kilometers. Is it fine? Right? Yes. So what happens here? Speed is already given in 109 kilometer per hour. But time we need to convert. Time is given in what? 15 seconds. Right? So this has to be converted into what? Not minutes, hours. So it should be converted what? 15 by 60 into 60. What is that? 60 into 60. The first slide we have seen that 60 seconds make 1 minute and 60 minutes make 1 hour. So we are converting this seconds directly to hours. So divided by 60s, we have to divide it into with 2 60s. I think got it, right? So if I am cancelling, yeah, okay, I'll just cancel it here, 1 and 4. So answer is what? 101 divided by 240. What is that? How much? Hours. You got that? Hours. Yeah, okay, fine. Now we need the distance. So distance is what? Speed into time. What is the speed here? Speed is no need for changing the unit of speed. It is 108 kilometer per hour. Again, I am using the unit here so that we will get something here. Into time is what? 1 by 240 hours. Is it fine? Yeah, 15 seconds is 1 by 240 hours. Right? Yes. Hours and hours get cancelled. So that our answer is in kilometer. And what is the answer here? 108 by 240 kilometers. Okay. And if we are trying to cancel it, let me see if we can try to cancel it. Okay. Now, how we can cancel? We can cut through. Yeah, we'll just take another thing here. We'll cut through what? 4 we'll cut. What is that? 27 by 60 kilometers, right? But how we can check? The answer is in 450 meters in the first thing, and the next answer is what? 27 by 60 kilometers. So we need to just, if we want to compare, we should compare with the same unit, right? So I'm just converting this kilometers into meters. That we know as 1 kilometer is equal to what? 1000 meters. That's a basic thing we know. Yes, this conversion is very important. So I am trying to multiply or convert this kilometers to meters just to make sure that we have the right answer with us. 27 by 60 into 1000. Why into is coming? Because kilometer is bigger, right? It is converted to what is converted to meters, which is smaller. So multiplication will come. So again we can cancel 6 and 0 and 0 get cancelled, and 27 and 6 I am cancelling with 3, so that 9 here, 2 in the denominator. That is again 2 and 100 get cancelled into 50, right? So answer is what? 950 is what? 450 meter. Is it correct? Yes. So these two are matched, right? So these two methods, the first method is what? This is the first method in which we get the answer in meters. Distance is in meters. And this is the second method in which we get the answer in kilometers. See, this is the answer we got, 27 by 60 kilometers. And we converted this again so that we had to check the answer. Because here what? The speed and time are not changing. So whichever method we are trying, we should get the distance in the same thing, right? The distance should be the same, right? Yeah? Okay, I think got that. Is it fine? Yes. Shall we move on to the next question? Yes. I'll read out the question. A person crosses, see the question, a person crosses a 600-meter long street in 5 minutes. Find his speed in kilometer per hour. See, in the question itself, it is specified that the speed is to be found out. We need to find out the speed. And that should be again in what? In kilometer per hour itself. The question is asked like that, right? So we know we don't need to worry about all these things. What there are no two methods, right? Only one method we need to go. How? We need the answer in kilometer per hour. Okay, this is what again the unit tallying method comes, right? What we need here, we need the speed. Okay, and how we need that? In kilometer per hour, right? So speed is equal to what? Distance by time. Again, kilometer per hour means distance should be in what? Kilometers. Time should be in hours, right? This should be the time, this should be the distance. Simple thing. Now we can see a man crosses or a person crosses a 600-meter long street. That means he is traveling a distance of what? Exactly 600 meters. Is that so? Yeah, nothing else is specified here. So we can directly take the 600 meters. But we need the speed in kilometer per hour. So can we convert the distance into kilometers? Yes, 600. Now see, meter is converted to kilometer. Small is converted to big, right? So what will happen here? Division will come into play, right? So I'm cancelling these two zeros. Answer is what? 6 by 10. Again, I can cancel 6 and 10 using 2. What will be the answer? 3 by 5 kilometer. Okay. And what about the time? Time is what? It is given in 5 minutes. See, it's not seconds, it is given in minutes. So, can we convert minutes to hours? Minutes to hours. I am writing here MINS because it need not be confused with the meter M. Okay. So, that's why I am writing MINS for minutes. So, again small to big, right? So, what happens here? Division. And what is the division rate here? 60, right? Because 1 minute is equal to, 60 minutes is equal to what? 1 hour. So, division rate is what? 60. So, 5 by 60, what is that? Hours. Again, if I am cancelling, what is that? 1 by 12 hours. Right? We got that, right? So, distance is what? 3 by 5 kilometers and time is what? 1 by 12 hours. So, can we move on to the answer now? What we need? We need speed in kilometer per hour. So, speed is equal to distance divided by time. So, that is distance is what? 3 by 5 kilometer divided by time is what? 1 by 12 hours. So, how to divide two fractions? Yes. Remember? Yes. Division of two fractions is equivalent to what? Multiplication of the reciprocal of the second fraction. So, 3 by 5 into 12. And what happens here? Kilometer will be there in the numerator itself. And this hours will come to the denominator. I think you got that, right? Because the reciprocal means the entire thing is taken as a reciprocal here. So, reciprocal is 1 by 20 is what? 12. And hours is what in the numerator. And when we took the reciprocal, the hours became the denominator, right? So, what will be the answer here? Answer will be 36 by 5 kilometer by hours or kilometer per hour. Is it fine? Is it okay? Yes. So, required speed is what? 36 by 5 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. Why? Because the question itself is asked in the question itself. We need to find what? The speed in kilometer per hour. Is it okay? Right? Yes. So, we'll go to the next question. Yes. A different or repeated question which is important also. Right? So, please keep in mind this is an important question. Okay. A man completes 30 km of a journey at 6 km per hour and the remaining 40 kilometers of journey in 5 hours. Find the average speed. See, average speed is to be found out. So, first of all, I will write average speed. The formula of average speed, please note it down, is equal to total distance covered divided by total time taken. Why? Speed is equal to distance by time, that we know, but average speed is to be found out. Okay, please note down, this is the formula for average speed and it is one of the most repeated questions. Most of the competitive exams, average speed is asked. Okay, so average speed is what? Total distance by total time. Why it is given as total distance? See here, one journey, the journey of a man is split up here. So, he completes in the first part. Let me write the first part here. Yeah, I write the first part here. What happens here? First part is 40 kilometer. Sorry, first part is what? 30 kilometer. Is that so? Right? The question? Yeah, please read out the question again. Please. Yes, yes. The first part is what? 30 kilometer of a journey. Here what happens? Here the speed is 6 kilometer per hour, right? And there is no mention for time here. Why we need time here? See here, we need the average speed is to be found out. Okay, the average speed is to be found out with total distance and total time. So we need the total distance and the total time also we need for our answer. So can we try to find out the time here? Okay, yes, and average, always go for the UTM. What is that? Unit tallying method. Don't forget, is very important and very easy also if you apply. There is no more strain here, right? So what happens here? Distance is given as d1. Let me write as d1. What is that? First part of the distance given as 30 in kilometers. Speed is given as kilometer per hour. So time, what happens? d1 by s1. I write it as s1 here. Speed 1. What is that? d1 is 30 divided by 6. And what will be the unit? Obviously, this is kilometer. This is kilometer per hour. See, kilometer and kilometer get cancelled. Answer would be 5 hours. Is it fine? Right? Yes? Okay. Now, what about the second part of the journey? In the second part, what happens here? D2 is given as what? See here. See, 40 kilometers. Distance is given as 40 kilometers. And what is given? T2 is given directly in fast 5 hours. Okay. So, see, average speed is needed. For that, total distance and total time. These are things are needed only. So, is it necessary we need to find speed 2? Is it necessary? No, we don't need the speed 2. See, in competitive exams, as I have already told, time management is very important, right? So, if you are not giving concentration to what we are going to find out, what happens here? Normally, what the students do is that all of us go to S2. They will find out speed. What is that? Speed is equal distance by time. Again, 40 by 5. That will be 8 km per hour. Is it needed? No, there is nothing needed here. This is the highlight of this question. Always see what we need. Okay, this is what we need. Total distance and total time is what we need. Okay, fine. So shall we move on to the? Shall we try to find out the answer? Is it okay? Okay, let me see. Average speed is equal to what? Total distance divided by total time. So what is this total distance means? Shall I add d1 and d2? Yeah, d1 and d2 divided by t1 and t2. Just keep in mind, both d1 and d2 should be in what? Kilometer. Both t1 and t2 should be in what? Hours. So that our unit tallying method will give us a right answer in a short period of time, right? Time is very important. Yes. Or these should both be in what? Meters and seconds. We should choose either of them according to our options. In this video, I have not mentioned the options here just because this is the starting only. On the relating or the coming videos, we will go for the options and we will go for how to eliminate the options first. You got that, right? Yes. From the next video, we'll start that. Okay. So I am just going for kilometer per hour here. So what is the required answer here? See, average speed should be what? D1 plus D2. What is D1? D1 is in 30 kilometer per hour. Sorry, kilometers plus D2 is what? 40 kilometers divided by. What is T1? T1 is in 5 hours. T2 is again 5 hours. So what is this? 70 divided by 10 kilometers by hours. So what will be the average speed here? 7 kilometer per hour. This is the average speed. Is it fine? Did you get that? Right? So this is our final answer. So always keep in mind, this S2 is not needed. Don't lose time. Don't lose time. Losing time is not at all applicable in competitive exams. Always keep in mind. So likewise, there are many more questions coming in the upcoming videos. Please like, comment and share MATCHEPHY. Any doubt, you can contact me at any time. My number is scrolling on the above this video. Okay. So please keep in touch with the videos. Okay. Fine.
Thank you for watching MATCHEPHY.
Thank you for
Please like, comment and share.
Yes.
Thank you.